My trader friends, welcome back to our channel. So for this video tutorial, we will be having our discussion regarding the print function of the Python environment, which is actually one of the most basic function that you should know if you are a Python programmer. Okay, so without further ado, let's start our print function Python tutorial. Okay, so welcome back, my friends. How are you doing? I hope you are all fine and doing well. Alright, so let's start our print function discussion. Basically, my friends, when we say print function, this is used to print an output. This is the most basic function of Python programming that you should know. And print function must be enclosed in double quotes or single quotes. It is up to you, my friends, on what you will use. And of course, it will be depending on the case-to-case basis, and we will be having our task about this later, the case-to-case basis on when to use the single quotes and when to use the double quotes. But for now, let's try to have this task of printing the word, the engineer trader, using double and single quotes. Okay, so let's go now to our Jupyter Notebook. Again, I hope you know now how to open your Jupyter Notebook using the Anaconda, since we have already installed it based on our previous tutorial videos. So open your Anaconda, then click the Jupyter Notebook, and it will automatically open in the web or in the browser. It is actually web-based. Okay, so let's go to our Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so we're now here on our Jupyter Notebook, but since the cells is only one, let's try to add some. Okay, just click this plus button, and let's write our title. So for writing a title, guys, this is just a simple hint or tip for you. Just use double hashtag, then your title. Let's have here print. So this should be small. Print function. Then if you run this will be considered as title. Okay, so first we must use the double the double quotation, all double quotes. Okay, so for double quotes, let's print, then open and close parentheses. Don't forget this the double quotes, my friends. The engineer trader. Okay, so that is how we should print a string using the print function in double quotes. So run. It will now be the output, the engineer trader. Okay, so let's try now to have a single quotes. And let's print here the engineer trader using single quotes. Okay, then run. Okay, so now that the result is the engineer trader, it is just the same. So using a double quotes or single quotes is just the same in Python. Okay, so let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. Now, we have actually the subtopic of printing multi-line strings. So, in printing multi-line strings, we can use the backslash. This is what we call the backslash, my friends. This is not a forward slash, but rather this is called backslash. So, we can use backslash letter N. Then the Python will then put your next text in the next line below. So this is actually used if you are typing a long text, long strings, or just like an essay, or just like a quotation said by a specific person, a well-known person, something like that. So let's have this task. So for our task, print the below phrase using the technique shown above, which is the backslash then letter N. new line every dot shown. Then the phrase is this: the forex market is considered the largest and most liquid financial market in the world. Then there is a dot, meaning to say our task should be this phrase starting the term staggering must be on the next line. Okay, so staggering almost 6 trillion US dollars every single day. Then there's another dot, meaning to say starting on this term just how much. So this line should be on the next line is $1 trillion anyway. There's another dot. So for starters, it's starting on these two words. This must be on the next line. Okay, so let's go again to our Jupyter notebook. So the forex market is considered the largest and most liquid financial market in the world. That is the first term. Let's try to print. Let's use now double quotation, double quotes. The forex market is, I forgot it, considered the largest and most liquid. Considered the largest and most liquid financial market in the world. Financial market in the world. Let's zoom this out. Okay, financial market in the world. Then, since there is a dot, we should now use a backslash letter N for the Python to be considered your next terms to be put on the next lines. Okay, then let's use now the next terms. Let's write rather staggering almost 6 trillion US dollars. Staggering almost 6 trillion US dollars every single day. Dot, then we should now use again backslash then letter N for the Python to consider putting the next terms or the next strings on the next line or the next row of the result every single day. Just how much is $1 trillion anyway? So just how much is 1 trillion? So the 1 is in words. 1 trillion. $1 trillion anyway. Anyway, then dot again. So backslash again, then letter N for the last sentence. For starters, comma, it's 1 followed by 12 zeros. It's 1 followed by 12 zeros. Then dot. Okay, so since we use the backslash then letter N on our print function, so let's try to run this. By the way, guys, just another tip on you: if you don't want to click this run button, if you wanted to have a shortcut key, the shortcut key for run is just click on your keyboard the button shift and enter. So if you are a Mac user, that is shift plus the return. So I will use it now. Okay, so you see it, guys? The output is not a single line of text. The output now is composed of 4 lines of text. First line: the forex market is considered the largest and most liquid financial market in the world. Second line: staggering. So I have wrong spelling here. So let's edit staggering, then shift enter again. Staggering almost 6 trillion US dollars every single day. That is our second line. Third line: just how much is $1 trillion anyway? Fourth line: for starters, it's 1 followed by 12 zeros. So that's basically how we should print a multi-line string. So that is printing multi-line strings. Next topic, so using escape characters in printing strings. So escape characters, this is the backslash that we have used before. It's also called as one of the escape characters. So escape character, which is backslash, like what I have said, informs Python that the next character after this will be treated as a normal character. So, for example, you are having some symbols that is not used regularly, so something like that. If you wanted the Python to treat that character as a normal character, so you must use a backslash. Now, let's have our task here. For the task, we must print the below phrase using the technique shown above. So my trader friend says that, so there is a quotation because something says something. Being a trader is not just a hobby, but it is a profession and can be considered as business. So that is the closing quotation. I don't believe in him until he showed me the results. So for example, guys, as far as I know, that you already knew too, that in printing a string we must use a double quotation or single quotes. So if you will look at this, the one or the strings that the task is trying to output is have actually this what we call the double quotes. So how can we print a double quote? This is now actually the purpose of using the backslash. We must use a backslash here before the double quote. Okay, then use again backslash here before the double quote. And our double quote in our print function must be on the last part and of course on the first part of the phrase. Okay, so without further ado, let's start this. Let's go to the Jupyter notebook. So let's print. By the way, what topic is this? Let's write the topic above, guys. Okay, this is using Escape. For us to remember, of course. Characters in printing strings. Okay, so for this line 4, what topic is this? Let's try to go back. Printing multiline strings. Okay, so printing multiline strings. Okay, so for the using escape, sorry for the wrong spelling, using escape characters in printing string. So let's use double quotes, or if you wanted to use single quote, it is just fine as long as you are using escape character before the quotes inside the phrase. Okay, so print my trader friend says that. So my trader friend says that. Here we should now use a single escape character, then quotation. Okay, so for the quotation, being a trader is not just a hobby. So being a trader is not just a hobby, comma, but it is a profession and can be considered as business. It is a profession and can be considered as business. Dot and quotation. Okay, so since we used again a quotation here, we must say to Python that this quotation is not the quotation that we will be using to close the whole printing function, but rather it is part of the phrase. So meaning to say we must use here a backslash. Okay, so next, I don't believe in him until he showed me the results. So I don't sorry my friend, this must be backslash. So don't be confused with backslash and forward slash. Actually, I'm confused with it every time. That's why when I see this, for example, this forward slash, it becomes black. So if you notice it, my friends, it has something error. That's why I noticed this that I have used forward slash. So this must be again backslash. Okay. So I don't believe in him until he showed me the result. Showed me the results. Dot and the closing. Okay, so meaning to say this actually closed the whole phrase. So let's try to run. Let's click the button run. Okay, so there's no error. If you can see this, my trader friend says that being a trader is not just a hobby, but it is a profession and can be considered as business. I don't believe in him until he showed me the results. So if you will notice, the quotation marks here in this one too is considered as string and not just the opening and closing quotations of the print function. Let's try to delete this backslash and also this backslash. Let's try what will happen. Let's see what will happen. Let's click the button run. Okay, so there's now an error. So invalid syntax. Because actually the Python considered only that the string that it should print is only this phrase. My trader friend says that. So that ends the whole phrase. Because we have the opening quotation, we have now the closing quotation. Since we don't use the backslash. So again, don't forget, backslash is used for the Python to consider the next text as string. Okay, so again, run. And now there's no error anymore. Okay, so let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. So lastly, we have the printing multi-line strings or the alternate way of printing the multi-line strings. An alternative way of printing a multi-line strings is by using triple double quotes. Then this is the syntax. So triple double quotes here, then your string or the phrase or the text that you wanted to be an output of your coding, and another triple double quotes. Or the second one, triple single quotes before and after your string. Okay, so here we can directly put our text on the next line without using the backslash then n format. So let's try to use this technique. For the task, print the below phrase using the technique shown above, new line every dot shown. So the Forex market is considered the largest and most liquid financial market in the world, staggering almost $6 trillion every single day. Just how much is $1 trillion anyway? For starters, it's 1 followed by 12 zeros. So as you can notice, this is just the same with our phrase on our previous example. Anyway, so let's start using this technique of alternate way of printing multi-line strings. So let's write our code here, or rather a comment. Printing multi-line strings alternate way. Okay, so let's print. Let's just copy the phrase before. Copy and paste. Okay, what we will going now is we will be using the triple double quotes without the backslash n. So let's delete first the backslash n. Delete. Okay. Any other backslash n? Delete this. Okay. Another one. So none. Okay. So we must use here triple double quotes on the first part, and lastly, we should also use here a triple double quotes. Okay. So let's try to print. The output must be this phrase is starting the staggering word must be on the second line. The third line must be here, starting from the word just, and the fourth line must be starting from the four starters. Okay, so we can print that actually by just entering. Let's enter this and enter this. On what format that we wanted our output to be, we can actually type it already in our print function without using the \n. So that's the purpose of having a triple double quotation before and after, or triple single quotation. Okay, so this is the final code, and let's click the button run. Let's click run. Okay, so I hope you get it, my friends. So we don't use now the \n, but still we managed to have the same output here. Okay, so for now, let's use triple single quotes. 2, 3. Oops. 3 only, okay, and 3 here. Okay, then print, run. Okay, so same output. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope you learned from this tutorial, my friends. That is basically how the print function works. Don't forget that. Please, my friends, don't forget that. Because we will be using those print function techniques on our next video tutorial for higher Python codings. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this video. Don't forget me. This is the Engineer Trader, your partner from learning to earning. If you learn from this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more related contents. Okay, so keep safe always, and as always, may our trades be great. Bye bye.